Wahgwaan FPL, yes, you done know. Week 5 wrap up. So let's get into it. I have a small green arrow. Hope you guys are the green arrow too. You know what I mean? I'm happy for my green arrow. But let's get into the wrap up. First matchup on the card, we had Liverpool versus Everton. Liverpool 2, Everton 1. Here are the players that performed for Everton. We had Nadai, 3 lightning strike right there. That means that boy is performing over there at Everton. Then you got Ghana, but like I said, Luai is the one that's performing, so you might want to pick him up and put him in your team if you're looking for a midfielder. Let's look at the Liverpool players. For Liverpool, same players again, but you could see that Salah, 4 lightning strike. He's performing very well over there, even though he's only putting up like 1 assist or a goal, or people might be fed up with him, but he's putting up 4 lightning strike right now. Ekatike is also putting up 3 lightning strike. Gravenberg is putting up 2 lightning strike. But that's the players for Liverpool. Next matchup on the card, we had Brighton & Albion versus Tottenham, 2-2. For Tottenham, you have Richarlison with 3 lightning strike right now. He's doing it too with himself. Then you have Kudus with 3 lightning strikes. You know, you have a forward and a midfielder if you want to put them in your team. Here's the price, and here's their formation of how they're doing in their form right now. So let's look at the Brighton & Albion player. For the Brighton & Albion player, we got Gerino. He's doing it again. You got Mente, he's doing it again. So no, you got 2 midfielder right there that's doing it. And you got a new player on the list right there that's stepping up for Brighton & Albion. Next matchup, we have Burnley versus Forest, 1-1. For Forest, you have a defender and you have a midfielder. So you look like you got Williams and you got Douglas right there. Here's you get a goal and you got an assist. For Burnley, you got Anthony back at it again with 3 lightning strike. You have Forest back at it again with 2 lightning strike. I think he's a forward. Sorry about it. I messed it up and I put a midfielder right there. But he's a forward for them. But that's how they're lined up. Those are the players that they got performing right there. So if you want to go out there, look at their players, go out there. If you need like a forward, if you need a forward, you need a midfielder. If you need a defender, you need a midfielder. Go ahead and look at those teams right there. Next matchup, we have Crystal Palace versus West Ham, 2-1. West Ham is still struggling. Sometimes they look like they find it, sometimes they don't. But the defender right there could see that he's performing with 2 lightning strike. And you got Bowens with 2 lightning strike. So they players are performing if you want to take that chance and go there. For Crystal Palace, could see that now they have a lot of players on the list. Mattea with 2 lightning strike and Giwu with 2 lightning strike right there. That means they're performing very well. They also got some new players on the list. Michel and Wharton right there. So if you, like I said, if you want players, go ahead. You could look at Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace got a lot of players on the list for you to look at. Next matchup, you have Leeds versus Wolves. This was a big shock right there. I thought Wolves would have got their first win, but no. The Wolves look like they got some young players though. So there's all the Wolves players. They got defender and you got a midfielder. Let's look at the Leeds players. For Leeds, you have midfielder, the forward, Calvert-Lewin. Look like he's finding his game right there. Because for Everton, he wasn't playing that well, wasn't getting no goal. But for Leeds, he looked like he's performing. He ended up getting a goal and an assist. And you got some defender on the list for Leeds. Next matchup, we have Manchester United versus Chelsea. This Friday, man, was a crazy game. 2 red cards in this game. Who thought Manchester would end up beating Chelsea, but Manchester did it. Here are the top players for Chelsea, though. Chelsea got Chalobah and they got James. But you could see that Chalobah got 2 lightning strike right there. That means he's performing for their team. So if you want to go ahead and look for a defender, here's a defender that you might want to be thinking about putting on your team. So let's look at the Manchester United player. For Manchester United, even though they're performing bad, you still got Fernandes and you got Casemiro, who's going to be suspended. So I don't think he's someone that you might want to be looking at. But even though you got 2 lightning strike, he's performing for them. You have Fernandes with 2 lightning strike, and he's performing. Now you got some new defenders on the list if you want to go ahead and look at Manchester United for some top players. Next matchup, we got Brentford versus Fulham. Like I said, man, Fulham got a lot of midfield, and you're gonna see that in the next clip right there, Fulham midfielder. But for Brentford, it was Damgard, the one midfielder that ended up scoring their goal for them. So right there. And for Fulham, like I said, we have a lot of midfielder for Fulham. You have Iwobi, you have Muniz, you have Wilson, but the players are spotty players, but they still got 2 lightning strike for Iwobi. Wilson got 2 lightning strike. Muniz got 2 lightning strike. So if you want to look at like a forward and some midfielder at Fulham, go ahead and check it out. Next matchup, we have Newcastle versus Bournemouth. 0-0. It's a draw game. But you know, when it's a draw game, you always got to look at the goalkeeper. So it looked like Newcastle got a great goalkeeper, Pope, with the 3 lightning strike, and what his name is, Petrovic, for Bournemouth, 2 lightning strikes. So if you want to look at some goalkeeper, there are some goalkeepers if you'd like to put some goalkeeper on your team. You got a 4.5 and you got a 5.0. Next matchup on the card, we have Sunderland versus Aston Villa, 1-1. Aston Villa just got their chance. And I mean, the first goal to put it on the sheet. So, no, Aston Villa got some players if you want to look at them. They got Cash, a defender right there. And they got Kamara, a midfielder right there if you want to look at that. But look at Sunderland. Sunderland got Isidore, a striker with 3 lightning strike right there. That means they've been performing over and over. You got Zaka right there performing with 2 lightning strikes. So, if you want to go to Sunderland to look at a striker, go ahead. Like I said, he's a cheap price right there, 5.5. And Zaka is 5.0 if you want to look at Sunderland for some players. Next matchup, this matchup right here was my team playing Arsenal versus City. If you want to go ahead and watch my Arsenal team review about that game, go ahead and watch that, please, man. You'll see what I talk about. Arteta is playing the players the more position. But the first half of this game was very boring. The second half was really watchable. I enjoyed the second half. But here are the players that performed for Manchester City. Like you can see, Haaland, back at it again. 4 lightning strike. Keep doing this thing non-stop. The boy just keep performing. Then you got Reinders right there with 2 lightning strike. Then you got Eze for Arsenal with 2 lightning strike. And you got Martin Larry. But those are the players that's performing for Manchester City and Arsenal. And like I said, man, this is Wahgwaan FPL. You know what I mean? It's the wrap up. You done know. I just said that. Yeah, man.